So today is a good day because I am out doing the 4,000 mile review of my 2020 Honda CRF450L. The general consensus that most people seem to have on the bike itself is that the maintenance schedule is way too difficult on the bike for it to be considered something to ride on the street or a daily driver or, anything of that nature. Honda calls for this thing to be changed every 600 miles. I change my filter every other time, so I go 1,200 miles without changing a filter. We pour some gas in it, and I'll be right back. So anyway, the oil change intervals on this bike, although they're 600 miles, you have to understand that 600 miles is an oil change for 1.2 quarts of oil, which is not a lot of oil. Most bikes, they have 2.5 quarts of oil, twice the oil, twice the mileage, what have you. You're also going to be able to get added benefits from running different oils and stuff like that, but given the fact that you've only got 1 quart of oil and the performance that you have with that 1 quart of oil, that seems to be the biggest thing with everybody on their mind when they're considering the CRF450L is maintenance. They're like, oh my god, I don't want to have to change my oil every 600 miles. Well, guess what? It takes 10 minutes. Really, I guess the only thing that has changed my riding experience really would be my IMS tank. It's a 3-gallon tank. The factory one is a 2-gallon tank, 2.2 I think or something, 2-gallon. But I wanted a little more mileage, just for being able to go out and not have to, consider staying around a gas station or have an extra gas jug with me or something like that. Cleaned up the bike a little bit. It was starting to get a little nasty. I know my front fender says, 5 Dirty Bikers podcast, keep it dirty, but I at least wanted to clean it up. That way you guys could, I could go over it and talk about everything. As far as 4,000 miles goes, of course, Mega Bomb header, Q4 exhaust. I don't have the Q4 insert in my exhaust right now. I actually took that out and decided that what the hell, I don't really need the insert because it's not too loud. Even riding on the street, it's not too loud. I guess next thing I'll go to is the Kenda Trackmaster tires, Trackmaster 2 tires. I've had those tires on, the brand and style of tire, since 700 miles. This is my second set total. This front I'm going to leave on. This back, the back tire, back tire has probably 3/8, something like that, of tread left. You can see right there what it has. This rear tire right here has 1,700 miles on it. Your mileage will vary with this tire. If you get on it and you rip around town all the time and dump the clutch and pop wheelies, stuff like, it's gonna wear on you. Probably won't do too much off-road. I can tell the difference in the traction in the dirt. But as far as on the street and stuff like that, no, can't tell the difference with anything. My initial thing with the Trackmaster 2s were the price. So I paid $115 shipped to my door for this set. Got them off of eBay. When I replace this tire, like I say, I'm keeping the front because it's still good. When I replace this tire, it's going to run me anywhere between $55 to $65. The tubeless conversion, I've got the factory DID Dirt Star wheels. I did the tubeless conversion at 700 miles when I installed my first set of Trackmaster 2s. The reason I went with the tubeless conversion was for flat repair when I'm out on a trail. Since I've installed them, they don't leak, where a lot of people have had issues with the tire leaking down and stuff like that. You know, I don't know why things leak. I don't know if they're cleaning the tire. I don't know if it has something to do with the bead. I don't know. The one big upgrade that I did to the bike when I did not have my 1,000-mile review has been my lighting. Called people at Cyclops, did the dual Explorer 2 conversion. That worked out great. The dual Explorer setup, way brighter. And you'll probably see that on the way home whenever I'm on my way back and ending up this video. So this winter I plan on upgrading the stator. Baja Designs does a rewind, gives you 150 watts of power, which is way more than I'll need, but I'll end up probably putting heated grips on this thing and stuff like that. So there you go. I upgraded the chain guard on the back. I hadn't done that in the 1,000-mile review. I did put a DID gold chain on. I had upgraded the rear sprocket to a 48 tooth just to give me more top end and to lower the RPMs when I was riding on the highway. I found that with that 48, it affected my gearing in the woods, so I went back to the 51. Perfectly happy with it. This thing has zero problems at all doing anything that you want it to, so you can stay at the 51 or do whatever. So anyway, my overall thoughts of this bike, I can't say enough good things about this bike. I can't thank Honda enough for making this bike, because it's hard to find a motorcycle that you can, you know, ride on the street, ride single track, ride enduro, go to a motocross track, go to an ATV park. This thing literally can do it all. Now, can it do it all from factory? To a degree. Can it, you know, if you just take it off the showroom floor and take off, yeah, it can do a lot. Not with the factory tires. The more you know. You know, hands down, that's the reason I chose this bike. And I know it's starting to get dark and the video is going to turn to shit. These mirrors are Power Mad mirrors that I've had. I took the factory mirrors off just because they were huge. So if you're considering the 450L, couple of things. Yes, the maintenance on this bike is more than, you know, what you would have on a touring bike or, you know, anything like that, or a cruiser or sport bike, or, you know, other manufacturers' motorcycles. But the one thing to consider about this motorcycle is the Honda reliability. You have aftermarket support, service, and you have the reputation, you know, the Honda reputation for making a very reliable motorcycle that will last you for years. You know, after 4,000 miles, there's nothing I can say that is bad about this motorcycle. I know that this bike will, you know, outperform me in every way, and, you know, that's just sort of the thing. Is runs very, very well. And it just all depends on, you know, what you're expecting out of a bike. But for a bike that'll go out here, for a bike that will go out here and do as much as this bike will do, I truly believe that if you have this motorcycle, you know, you can take dirt bike and sport bike out of the equation. Post your comments below, and that way if someone's thinking about buying a 450L, they can go through the comments, read, and decide for themselves. You know, maybe it'll make or break the decision to buy the 450. Turn up here and go through the local neighborhood. So anyway, that's low beam Explorers 20%. That's high beam with the Explorers at 100%. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell what kind of light difference that makes. I'm hoping that you can. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for checking me out, letting me steal some of your time today. And as always, ride safe. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.